Hey guys, so today we're going to be making this Hearse slash limo slash school bus. The school bus I haven't finished yet because I need to color and stamp the kids that's going to go inside the school bus. So in the meantime, we're going to be making, in today's tutorial, we're going to be making a Hearse slash limo. But you can create it into a school bus if you want to. I hope you stay tuned for that, and let's get started. Ooh.
Blue skies all the way.
Okay guys, so the first thing you're going to need is, so to make this project, you're going to need 2 sheets. So this is 2 sheets of 10 by 4 1/4. So this is the body of your Hearse. Let me show you, because this is what we're going to be scoring to create this body. A Hearse or a school bus. But this is going to be this part. It's the same as how we constructed the other 3D projects. So this is a side and this is the other side of that. And then for this portion, sorry about my nails, this portion, we're going to construct that using 2 sheets of 3.5 by 12 plus 1 sheet of 3.5 by 4 7/8. So let me put that there. So you're going to need 2 sheets of 3.5 by 12. So this is number 1, this is number 2. And then I'm going to cut this, because you're only going to need, because this is 3.5. You're only going to need 4 7/8. So let me cut that right now. So 4 7/8. Let me cut this into another one, because I'm making a kit. So, all right. So we have the 2 sheets of 3.5 by 12. The 1 sheet of 3.5 by 4 7/8, and the 10. This is 4 1/4 by 10 inches. Okay, so let's start scoring. Okay guys, now we have our scoring tool. Remember that I'm going to put all these dimensions in the description down below, so it's there for you to review. We're going to score at the 4 1/4 side first. Okay, so at the 4 1/4 side, you're going to score at 1.5. You're going to score at 2, 2.5, and 3 1/4. Sorry, 3 3/4. Sorry. So it's 1.5, 2, 2.5, and 3 3/4. You're going to put it on the 10-inch side. At the 10-inch side, you're going to score at 1.5. You start with 1/2. Next is 1.5. Next is 2.5. Next is 9. 9.5. And 9 3/4. Okay. I don't think you're gonna see much, but that's what it does. You're going to notice there's multiple score marks, and there's a reason for that. It's because it helps us kind of cut them symmetrically to allow us to get to our desired area. And it also helps you when it comes to trying to figure out when you create your own template. Let me show you. Let me show you what I mean. So I'm going to put a pencil mark on our score marks. I hope you can see the pencil mark. Maybe I should use a white. Let me just use a white Dollar Tree. Okay, so this is your score mark, for example, right? I'm just haphazardly following it, just so you can see. I'm just marking all the score marks with this metallic white marker from the Dollar Tree. It's just to give you a visual. Because the score marks will also allow you, to make your own template and a template for like the other sides of it. Let me show you what I mean. The template meaning something that you want to stitch on. That's what I meant with that. Okay, so this is black also. So that does not help at all. Okay. All right. So this is the template that I was telling you about. So when it comes to this one, we're going to the goal is to create this using this, and these are your score marks. So what you need to do is you need to cut it here, because that's what you're going to do. You're going to cut it. Let me see. Oh, sorry, wrong. This is where I'm going. Sorry. Yeah, that's where we're going. And then this one, right? And then that goes right here. This is where you're cutting, you guys. Oh, sorry. That's where you're going to cut. And then this one is going to be, this is your, I hope you can see that. That's going to be your indent. We're just following this, that, and then this one is like that. So the tinier score marks is your back part, and the bigger score marks is going to be your front. So now that we have this in mind, I'm going to show you how to cut it. This is probably going to be on the inside anyways. So we're just going to follow the score mark. And it's good to create this one because this could be, you know, this, for intents and purposes, this could be your template. And I always like using templates because you don't have to do it multiple times. You only have to do it one time so that you have an idea of how to create it manually. And then you just use that template over and over again. So we're going to cut that. We're going to cut this portion. And you're going to cut that portion. The goal is just to be able to create this template. And then you can mark this as your template, right? So you can do, this is my template. And then all of my Hearse or my school buses will be based on this template. And so you just have to trace it, whatever you want. It's just easier. If you don't want to create a template out of it, you can use this back portion, which is what I'm going to do because I already have a template. So that's my tip for the day, is to create your own template. I like creating templates because it makes your life easier, I feel like. So now that we have our template, I can just easily put this here, right? And I know you can't see it, but I can. And this is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to follow. I don't need to score anymore, you guys, because I already have a template. You just have to follow it to the T. That's really, really important. You only have to do this one time when it comes to the base of the Hearse, and kind of designate that as your template. Okay, so now we have all that. Now we can score. Now we can score our top portion, which is this one. Okay, so this top portion starts from here. It starts here, going down, side, down, and goes across. And then this is the last bit of it, okay? That's what we're doing. Okay, my spider fell from somewhere. Probably there. Anyway, so now we have both sides of the body of the Hearse. Even if there's a template, that's okay. Now we're going to score. So the first thing we need to do is we're going to gather all 3 of our pieces. As you know, we have to score all of this. At the 3.5 inch mark, you score it at 1/2, and then you score it at 3 inches, which is technically just scoring it 1/2 from both sides. So let's do that for all 3 of these elements. And because we're going to put this together, you know that you're going to need 1/2 to kind of attach it together. So all of your pieces are scored 1/2 and 1/2 and 3. So this is your piece number 3. I'm going to put a marker. So this is my number 1, number 2, and obviously that's number 3 because this is the tiniest. So now that I've identified which is my number 1 and number 2, I'm going to start with number 1. So the first strip I'm going to score at 1/2. I'm going to score at 1. I'm going to score at 3 3/16. I'm going to put you a little bit closer so you can see what I mean. So you're going to notice 3 3/16. So you're dividing an inch into 16ths, right? So 3 3/16 would be, let me get my pencil. I lost my pencil. Give me a sec. Okay. So if we're trying to count 3 3/16, so this is 1, because this is 3 2/16. So you need 13, like 3 13/16 is what we need to do. So it's going to be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and your mark is here. So I'm going to mark my paper at my 3 13th mark. So 3, 13, 16 is what I need, right? And then I'm going to move it just a smidge so that I can score it. That's your 3 13/16 score mark. Next, you're going to score at 4 5/16. Same thing, 4 5/16. So 2, 4, 5. So it's going to be here. So I'm going to do that. Going to move it just a tad and score that. So that's going to be your 4 5/16. Sometimes it just happens that you really need that. So that's 4 5/16. Next score mark is 5 3/4. Now we're back to the easier mark. 5 3/4. And then we're going to score at 11.5. And again, this 11.5 portion is where we're going to attach number 2. Sorry about my nails, you guys. Let me put you a little bit back out so you can see. So this is number 2. We're going to score at 1/2. We start at 1/2 because, as always, we're going to attach these together, and that's our mark. So 1/2. Next is 3.5. Next is 5 1/8. 6.5. 9.5. 10.5. 11.5. Next, number 3, we're going to score it at 1/2. And we're going to score it at 4 1/4. Right there. And that is done. Now I just need to burnish. These are basil cardstock, so they're very, very thick. So I need to really, I'm going to be folding this because I'm going to do it off camera, just so you don't waste your time. Okay guys, now that I've burnished all these, this is going to be our guide. We're going to start at the back part. So I'm going to put it right there. So I have number 1, number 2, and number 3. What we need to do is we need to attach it to each other. And so what I'm doing is I'm going to put double-sided tape on there, just to make sure that we make it a long piece. It's important to do this first. Trust me, it's gonna make your life easier, I promise you. I made so many prototypes for this Hearse, and yeah, I like it as a school bus too. Okay, so I'm just like, so number 1 and number 2 is attached to each other. Next, number 3. Right, and then you attach that. Okay, next we're going to put the adhesive on both sides, but just remember, guys, that this score mark, this is going to be, so this is where this is it, right? This portion, you're going to put your adhesive up to this point only. Let me tell you why. Because, so this score mark is on the 10.5 inches. Yeah, this is the 10.5 inches portion. So up to this point is only when you're going to attach your adhesive, because this one is going to be the flap, and you don't need to have adhesive on here. In fact, you're going to need the adhesive on the inside. So you're going to understand what I mean when you start creating your own, but I just want to put it out there because I've always made a mistake on that one. So you're going to put your, right there, you're going to start your tape. Okay. You're going to start your tape right here on the second score mark, okay? Can you see that one? I hope you can see that. You're going to start your tape on the second score mark and proceed and put it everywhere until the 10.5 inch score mark on the second sheet. And then you end it there. Okay, so I suggest that when you create, when you put your score marks, make sure that you remember where the 10.5 is, because you're going to not put adhesive after that. My broom is kind of trying to join the party. Okay, you know what, this would be so cute for like a Halloween gift for a coworker or teachers, because it can have so many things inside it, you know. Next part, after, so you've put your adhesive on here, turn it over, and you're going to put your adhesive here. And you're going to put your adhesive, where's the 10-inch mark? Here. Okay. I just want to, if you don't do this, I've always made a mistake because I keep forgetting, and I think it's good to kind of tell you this is what you're gonna be doing, because, you know, I like to save. I don't have a lot of these, so I like to save them. And then your initial score mark, you're going to put your adhesive here, because this is going to be your reinforcement. This is solid cardstock from Joann's, and I don't think this paper needs reinforcement, but the design of this project has a reinforcement built into it. And so that's what we're going to do. So you're not dependent, the design is not dependent on the quality of your paper. All right, so now the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make snips, right? So you're going to snip here. Let me give you a close-up. So you're starting with you're starting with the top portion. You're going to snip it here. And you're going to snip it here. And you're going to do that on the same side. The other side as well. Okay, because if you turn it over, you're going to attach it to itself. You're going to attach it to yourself. You know why? Because it's a reinforcement. Right there. That's where your, this is where your magnet is going to be. Next, my suggestion is, if you are not comfortable, you can just do this one at a time, but I like to do it, I remove all of my tape first, and then I make the snips. I'm going to do that for the next side because you're going to see the difference when it comes to time savings. So right now I'm doing the conservative way of doing it, which is you get your tape, you make snips, and then you go from there. So it's easier because nothing is getting attached to you. It's not all over the place kind of thing. But it takes longer. But this is a good way to start. Yeah, this one I'm going to. So you just put a triangle on your score marks. In this one. Okay. And then for here, you do the same thing as what we did in the first one. Because again, this is another reinforcement. And remember, your tape is in the back portion. Right? Then you do the same thing onto the other side. So I'll just teach you how to do the conservative way of doing it. And then with your next Hearse or during the live tomorrow, we'll just do the fast way of doing it. How's that? So I'm going to do the same exact thing, and I'm going to do this off camera. Okay guys, so now I'm done. I've already snipped my corners and I've already removed the adhesive backing, like the yellow portion. And now we're going to start assembling it. You're just going to follow pretty much the curvature of this template. So you're going to start with this one. You're going to start with this side, okay? So you're going to figure out this is going to be for this. And so you attach that first. I like to put this a little lower right here. And then I like to attach it. Make sure that the base is flush. Like that. Okay. And then that's when you attach this portion. Can you see that? I hope you can see that. Next, you just follow the curve because the measurements are all there for you. Same as our previous projects. It's just following the curvature, following your score marks. And yeah. This is gonna be so cute if you want to do like a haunted hearse. Or like you want to do a haunted house with a hearse outside. Wouldn't that be so cute for like a decor on your mantle perhaps? That'd be so cute. Or like your coffee table. That'd be so cute. I want to do that. And then you can put candy inside. And then people can open the hearse and have candy. That will be super, super cute. So pretty much, guys, we're following the curvature. We're following the score marks of all, because these score marks are already measured for you. So you just attach it to where it's supposed to be. Make sure that you do that. Right. This one I forgot to cut. Okay, that's okay. It's a learning moment. And this tape is not very forgiving, which is good. It's sturdy. It's just I forgot to cut this one. Wait. Forgot to cut it. Sorry. But it's okay. We're humans. Forgot. I didn't see that one. That's okay. Next. We're moving on. We're moving on from that. So we're going to attach up to that because that's our 10 and a half inch mark, right? So look, because this is going to be your flap that opens. And so with that in mind, now you remove the adhesive for your flap. And then you attach it onto itself. Attach it onto yourself. As you can see, I use the template. That's okay with me. But, because I already have a template, you know. So that is what it's going to look like. And then you get the other face. And then this is what you're going to attach. Normally for the second portion, I like starting with this one still. I still like to start where I started on the back panel. It's just easier for me. So if you want to use this style, you just remove it one at a time. It's just a little bit inconvenient. That's why I like to remove all of them. But if you don't like it sticking to each other, you don't have to do that. But it's faster if you do that. So it depends on your style, you guys. Whatever you're comfortable in, you do that. Whatever makes you happy. So pretty much I'm doing the same exact thing. So I'm going to hyperlapse you on that one. Okay guys, so now I've identified that this is going to be my printed portion. Again, you don't have to do that. If you want a black hearse, that's not a problem at all. What I did for here is I did this one where I put like a printed portion, and then I cut these so that I can insert the elements that's inside the window just to make it fun. And then I attach these ghosts and this bat with acetate just to make it cute. And then the driver and the passenger is right there. You can design it however you like, but I just want to show you how I did this one. What I did was, so this is my template, right? This is my template for the entire thing. I want to show you how to create a template for your layer portion. So I'm just going to trace it. Again, this is very optional. You only have to do this if you want to put like a printed paper on your hearse or your school bus. If you want it plain, like a plain yellow school bus, then you don't have to do this extra portion, as long as your paper is sturdy to kind of handle whatever you want to put inside. During the next tutorial, I can't put it in one tutorial because it's going to be way too long. The next tutorial, we're going to create the coffin, the 3D coffin, which is this one. This is a 3D coffin that is based on the dollar store coffin, because I'm just doing it for our international friends, because they don't have access to the dollar store ones. And so I made this one so that they can create their own coffin. And then also we are going, in the next tutorial, we're going to create this mini album that fits perfectly inside your coffin right there, and it matches with that. So I'm going to cut this and then I'll be back. So now that I have this printed one cut, what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark it with my ruler, maybe 1/8 of an inch off of it, so that you can have, and you can create a template from this if you want to, if this is your style. If you want to totally just do it plain, then this is not mandatory then. This is only necessary if you like to put a printed cover, a printed, I don't know, side for your hearse, if you like to do those things. But if you want to keep it black, plain black or plain blue or whatever car color you like, then this is not necessary for you. I'm just putting this this step just to teach you how I create my template, because this is how I do it. And I only do this one time. You just do this one time, and then you'll be able to create a lot in no time. For example, if you want a fleet of hearse or limousine, this could be a limo. This could be a hearse. It could be like a pink limousine if you want. It could be a holographic limousine. It's up to you guys. But it could be a school bus, a hearse, or a limo. I think a limo is going to be super fabulous. Just imagine a black and white polka dot limo. That will be so amazing. Okay, so this is my hearse / limo / school bus. Up to you. And then the window parts, this is not necessary if you just want to put black on it, or if you don't want to do this at all, that's absolutely fine. But this, I'm just going to teach you how I did mine, okay? So, what I did is I just manually drew this, and then I created the template. I like templates because it helps with the mass production of things like that. And then I like to do the back portion first so that I can kind of make things symmetrical. This would be super cute limo, and then you can give this to like a birthday celebrant and have like a little bottle of champagne inside. Wouldn't that be so cute? Yes, limo would be super adorable for this. Technically, it's a hearse. It's the original idea. I created this because my cousin Eileen had the coffin in one of her hauls, and I'm like, girl, I'm gonna make you a hearse for your coffin. So that was the original idea for that. Anywho. Okay. So this is what I have. And I'm going to cut it, and then I'm going to show you. I'm going to cut it offline because you don't need to see it. But I'm going to use my X-Acto knife, which is this one that I got from the Dollar Tree. And then I'll come back and show you the finished product. Okay guys, this is the template I was talking to you about. I finally found it. So I have a template for just the inner part, which matches this perfectly, and you just have to turn it around and trace it. So you don't have to measure the windows or anything. So this one perfectly matches, and then you just have to turn it over if that's what you want to do. This would be such a cute limo idea. Packaging and then you can put inside elements in there, and then you can put a goodie inside. But having the template, I suggest you create a template for this if that's something you like to do, and a template for the outer portion. So all you need to do is measure the top, I don't know what this part is called, of of the limousine. But you know, it would be cute too because the limo's roof flips up. So this would be a cute limo, this would be a cute hearse, and this would be a cute school bus. And then you just put your elements together and you're done. Okay, so let me show you the finished product. Okay guys, this is our finished product. Very, very simple. It looks like a limo versus like a little bit more serious than the original one right here. But I use the same concept. I just use a different set of paper. This looks more like a hearse to me versus this one looks more like a decked out over the top limo. But in the overall, like once you get all the projects done, you have to be mindful of your design when it comes to designing the sides of your limo slash hearse slash school bus, because if you're gonna do a hearse, make sure that your side decoration is not going to kind of bother the coffin on top. So I just want you to be mindful of that. I just like these things were cut from the paper collection. As I said, this came from urbangems.com. It's called Hey Pumpkin, and it is a collection from Crate Paper. I thought this is super, super cute and easy. Our next tutorial, we are going to talk about creating the coffin as well as the mini album that fits perfectly. You can also put brooms inside, your Halloween brooms like this one. You can put it in there just to make it funner. If you want to do that. But next tutorial is going to be a pumpkin. Next tutorial we are going to make a mini album and a coffin. I hope you can watch that tutorial too. It's going to be a cute set for this Halloween time that you can, you know, give to your friends or your family members, or if you want to use this tiny little album for your October daily and store it right here and probably put the year somewhere in this side, so you know, like this hearse is for my October daily in 2018 or 2020. And then, you know, you can do like an every year tradition of every hearse will be bringing the October daily for the year. I think that's such a great idea. I think I may do that. We will see. But yes, I hope you stay tuned for the next tutorial. The coffin and the mini album will be next. I hope you can try this tutorial, you guys. I hope you can try making it yourself. I am contemplating on doing some kits. If you are interested in that, let me know if that is something interesting for you. The kit will comprise the hearse, the coffin, and the mini album. So let me know if that works for you. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I hope you can consider subscribing to my channel. We have a lot of fun activities, lots of projects, kind of to encourage you to use your scrap stash. It's a great community. We also do lives. So I hope you can join in and try to do the hearse this year. Anyway, thank you so much, you guys. This is Kristianne signing off. Have a wonderful crafty day. Bye!